Welcome back, episode 2 of my GTA 5 Broke to Millionaire series. We're going to get this episode started by going off in here to the casino and doing our wheel spin. And then we are going to move off into the Dax missions. But we'll save that for that section of this video. This part is just merely doing our wheel spin and trying to make some extra money, because once we are done, we're going to get a couple more businesses, which is the goal of this series, and all their upgrades and counterparts, etc. The objective is I got to own everything business-wise in the game with upgrades and have $1 million in my pocket to end this series. So we won some money here. We're just going to trade that back in for actual money. And that's this section. I will be back when we get over into the start. Alright guys, we're back. We're going to get off into going up here to Mr. Ron. Not sure which one it is. Let's look here. It should be the other one. It's the orange one, yellow one, whatever color it is. But we're going to get off into this. I am actually not going to fast forward today. You should be proud of me there. I'm feeling like I just want to leave it in real time and kind of audio through some things. So we got us a little drive here, but I don't think it's nothing that the Hakuchu drag can't handle. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do our little driving portion here. We need to refill our ammo anyway. That way when we start this, it's not as bad. So pretty much once we get up here, we'll have the introductory mission. If a lot of you's played through this, then you know how I'm going with this. But kinda, sorta. I mean, most of these missions take place between, Los Santos and Blaine County area. Well, kind of where we're at now. So, I'm not a big fan of these missions, but in order to get the acid lab that we need, we might as well take it this way. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. It's going to load up. And I know I probably should have cut all this out, but, I'm trying to leave it in some real time. Just to be honest with you. I've cut out a little bit of the least important shit, like me driving to get armor, etc., because you gotta have all that when you do missions, and the only place I can get snacks at is conveniently the convenience store. So we're trying to go through that, but I don't like these damn cutscenes. They kind of drive me fucking insane, especially these, because they're just so fucking retarded. But we're going to try to get at least 2 of these missions done this episode. And then when we come back for the next episode, we will focus on trying to get as many of them done, or at least as close to the finale as possible. Because like I said, I'm only trying to keep them within an hour range. And that's kind of just that. I'm hour episodes. Usually, I only record once a day, but feeling a bit work related today. So as soon as I'm done recording this episode, I'm going to jump back in for roughly another hour, and we're going to work on the next round of Dax stuff. But it's all good, you know. Next episode may literally focus on just these missions and nothing else. So, you know, basically, I've already covered what I had planned to do with this series in the beginning. So, just so you know, that is the way we're taking this. You know, yes, I started with 4 million, but I also had to spend that money. And that's because I was playing on it expanded and enhanced. That's just the way this version of the game works. It's not necessarily 100% ideal, if you know what I mean. But it works. It's functional and all of its glory, but at the same time, you know, I kind of wish that it didn't do us that way. But it didn't hurt us that bad. I mean, we've already got one business with no upgrades, so we got to get the upgrades for that as well in order to make all this count. But I'm going to work on the upgrades for that after I do, you know, get the acid lab and all that set up and everything. I'll probably work on the 10 Fooligan missions after that. Yes, I'm gonna do those, you know, in an episode. You know, it's gonna be a little bit. I may actually just work on those. Well, no. I was gonna say I would just work on those on my own time, but I'm not gonna do that. Because that would be bad for the series, but I don't know. You know, it's a learning curve for me because I know all about this game. My main account's over level 120 and I own everything that I found useful for me. Probably not what would be useful for you. I don't know that we'll run KO Perico in this series. However, I am going to buy the Kasatka. Don't quote me on that. I may attempt it. I've never been good at that heist, but you know, I've amassed a little over $16 million in about a week on my main account and haven't even touched a heist. So you don't necessarily have to do the heist to make good money in this game. You can really make a fucking fortune off of your businesses if you know how to run them properly and have your upgrades, as well as also take advantage of the street dealers every day. And I do hangar and CEO crates as well. My bunker is currently running research on my main account, so not doing anything there bunker wise to make money. The researches is a good thing to have. You know, even just doing the Dr. Dre contract at the agency's good. You know, you can do that pretty much over and over. However, I mean, it's a bitch the first time you do it because you've got all the different cooldowns and all that before you can continue, but playing it on repeat, you can literally have that whole job done in just a little bit of no time at all. And I know I could have saved some time in these, you know, series to get a little more stuff into one episode had I fast forwarded, but there's nothing really to fast forward here. We gotta, you know, I could have fast forwarded the initial drive up here. I understand that, but I didn't. I didn't want to do it that way. I feel the need to actually do my part and show you how these things work out in real time, because even you too got, you know, people that's on short time frame, you know, might have strict parents or schoolwork, anything. You can still play for about an hour a day and make it somewhere, you know, very quickly if you're good with managing your money and all of that, which I've learned. You don't need all the fancy cars. You know, you need your weaponry. Baby, please stop. Thank you. But, you know, at the same time, you know, you got to be good at how you manage things, what you buy. You know, not everything is as profitable as everything else. I personally, on my main account, I've never done the facility heist, which, you know, probably would be a good thing at least once to do, but I have done them with a friend of mine. So, you know, with that being said, it's not like I haven't... Ansley, stop, honey. It's not like I haven't, you know, completed them. I just haven't completed them for myself, but I didn't feel the need to go back and do them for myself because at least I already experienced them, and that's like with the Avenger stuff. I haven't done that for myself. I've helped my friend do them, but I'm the business rich guy in this game. Like, I grind my ass off, which you'll learn a bit of my techniques as we get going through this series. I've just got to initially get everything that I need. You know, that's like even with your auto shop customers. It's fucking worth doing because, I mean, over time, when customers start paying for themselves. Stop. Please, I'm working. Yes. But anyway, you know, it's just all one big circle with this game. If you spend all your money as soon as you make it, you're never going to get to buy anything that can make you money. And I had to learn that the hard way. I've had 4 failed accounts, and then I realized something. You can very well get what you want to accomplish what you want. And although I said 1 million, I mean, I probably should have done it more to make the series fair, to actually accommodate everything that I do. Because my strategy earns you, at a minimum, with barely any work, $1 million a day. And I'm even going to buy the shit that's not even useful, like the yacht, the penthouse. I mean, you can actually do pretty decent with the penthouse, just, you know, for the Miss Baker missions to get a free armored car. But, you know, those missions are a bit of a bitch at times. But needless to say, I think it's all, you know, it's all worth it except for the damn yacht. The yacht is fucking useless. It's terrible. Don't waste your money on that shit. You know, it's personal preference. I'd like to get us a fucking oppressor. That way we don't have as much drive time. But at the same time, I mean, even a helicopter would be efficient. And we got to do the mod bounties and the treasure hunt stuff because that could all help us. You know, and unfortunately for me, I don't think I've even got the messages for those yet. But at the same time, I mean, this series, it's gonna be a pretty long one. You know, so I hope you guys kind of sort of stay tuned for it. And I hope you guys learn a thing or two because, you know, really I started this series because I want to help people that may still be figuring their way or they don't understand the concept of you got to spend money to make money, but you got to spend the money on the right things. So this is more of my guide series, is pretty much what this is. And that's what I've hoped to accomplish with this, turn it into a working guide that helps all of you guys turn a profit in this game. Because, you know, even I, nowadays, I'm financially stable in Grand Theft Auto Online. But I have friends that are still struggling with money and struggling to understand. And I mean, I play solemnly mainly by myself, so everything you see is in these videos is by myself. I never, play with many friends, and if we do, I'm always helping them with things, not my own things, usually. You know, even hanger nowadays is a lot better than it used to be, and it's good money pretty much by yourself. You know, yes, you got to grind it out, and it sucks without an oppressor. But we'll get to that point. I mean, I still got to buy a nightclub, and then I still got to buy a terabyte. So, I mean, we'll get there. You know, patience is key when starting this game out. You know, even these DAX missions is a bit of a challenge when you're by yourself as a low level, because I mean your health is not the greatest, but I mean, as you can tell in the background here, I mean, I've done pretty good so far. I haven't used a life yet. I mean, it's gonna happen because these missions, they get worse before they get better, to be honest. I mean, the last one isn't all that bad. The one that sucks is when you gotta do the hippie camp and all that shit. And I think that's number 4 before you go to the final one. I'm not positive about it. There's 6 total. So it's either 4 or 5. You know, this one's just meeting Dax and recovering what was stolen from him, driving him down to the freak shop. You know, this mission could be done a lot faster than the way I took it, really, but I feel like I done okay. You know, it's not about rushing. You know, granted, like I said, some of you may be on a tight frame, and I mean, just take your time. You know, once you get through these, you're okay. I'm sorry if you hear my daughter playing in the background. Just ignore it. I have kids, and my kids come first always. I'm just going to make that clear. But, you know, my kids, they come to work with me while I'm working, and I love every minute of it most of the time. I try to keep them as quiet as possible. I have an 8-month-old and a 3-year-old. But here we are. We're back to Dax. Gotta wait on his slow fucking fat ass to get in the fucking RV thing. And he's gonna give us the destination to the freak shop. So now we gotta drive down to the city. And like I said, I mean, I could have fast forwarded all this driving shit like I did the first episode, but that was just initial setup. These are actual jobs, and I don't want to, you know, run through them. If I was doing a sale mission, maybe, just to have more time fit into the video, because that, you know, while my initial recordings may be an hour, I do cut some non-important shit out. So, I mean, that does cut back time, and then I speed clips up. And I do that to try to get shorter time frames. It's not that I'm trying to usually cram more into one video, because it's still the hour footage. It's just sped up, or, you know, some things has been cut out. I don't add anything else on top of that. I just do that because my render times get to be atrocious some days, and I do multiple videos a day. So once my PC hits, you know, hot temp zone, it's slow as hell and over. But at the same time, I mean, it's due for some new thermal paste, and haven't got there yet. I actually just done my 6-month cleaning the other day, which it's helped it a lot. But overall, you know, this is going to be a good series for the people out there that, you know, are just looking to help themselves instead of play with friends all the time, or, you know, virtually anything of that nature. Like, I've done all this myself so many times now. You know, this is my 3rd or 4th account I've started building, and the only one that I've decided to do a series on. And I chose to do this series that way amongst all the other YouTubers out there and Facebook guys that do content like this, is to help you guys. You know, I'm still making a name for myself, but don't underestimate all my tricks neither, because, you know, every content creator, they have a different play style and a different approach to these series. And while most of them always start with the easy shit, which I have, you know, that's the way I've went here, started with the easy shit, because it's a smart move. You know, I'm not copying anybody else's series. Yes, my title may be related to their series, but I can almost assure you we're not doing it their way, because they all always run KO Perico. I don't like it. I find it a bit fucking time consuming and overboard for me, and it doesn't fit into my playstyle. Even as a solo player, I don't take advantage of KO Perico. I don't even own the Kasatka on my main account because I just never was interested in KO Perico, but I'm actually going to pick it up anyway because I want the Sparrow. But you know what? I've got that kind of money that I can just throw around now. Plus, you know, at the time I've started this series, we're, I don't know, a week or so away from a new business, coming out on the 11th. And it's a scrapyard business, and I'm going to take advantage of that. And you may see a video about that on, off of my main account, because I am going to pick that up, of course. But went to the wrong side here. Should have went up to the other side. We're just going to have to back this slow-ass thing up. And that's pretty much going to do it for this job, guys. We actually completed it, the first attempt, no harm, no foul. See what we get paid here, I don't remember. We got paid $20,000. I mean, that's not bad. Plus, we'll get the $50,000 bonus for first time completion. Once we spawn back in, of course, it usually takes a minute to come through. But I think this is where I'm going to take an audio cut, guys, and catch me something to drink, and I'll come back for the next part. Alright, guys, we're back. I'm going to get off into Dax Mission 2 here. I done a little splice there, of course, because I went and got armor and all that shit. I didn't want to leave that in. It's bogus. You don't have to see that. So it's just gone. I just come back to right where I got off the motorcycle and everything. So we're doing designated driver here, first dose number 2. And then this mission, I think this is where we go down to the docks and pick up the party supplies with a semi. And then, yeah, that's exactly what this is. So this mission isn't terrible, and then after they blow up the party supplies, we'll end up at a lost clubhouse where we have to steal some green stuff and bring it back to Dax at the freak shop. So that's that take on all this. Hey, we got some driving skill, finally. Still don't mean I'm not going to wreck 10,000 times, because this guy just cannot control this damn motorcycle. For shit. Just saying. But this should be a lot simpler than the first mission. Not really. Mainly because there's no cutscenes, so it's not going to take me as long to complete this. We just got to drive around here. I'm going to look for a semi, which are probably back there, but I'm also trying to find the party supplies, that way I know where they're at, which it'll tell me anyway, but scope it out, make sure ain't nobody over here waiting. There's the supplies we need. So now we gotta find that semi, which is what I'm looking for. A little bit of driving around until we find one, but there should be one. I'm gonna drive around this circle for no reason, but should be one straight back this way. There usually is one back here. If I just keep going straight and turn this way, come down this way, turn here. Yeah, there's one. It's fair to say there's almost usually always a semi or two sitting over here, so we just gotta get into this thing here and go collect those party supplies. We're just waiting. My guy is so damn slow. There we go. Drive over here and we'll get hitched up to the party supplies and get the hell out of here. Anybody that's played these, they already know what's going to happen anyway, so no big deal. Let's get backed up. Yep, there we go. We got our waypoint. Let's get this thing up out of this place. I like driving the semis in GTA. I don't know why. I mean, they are slow, but except for the Phantom Wedge, that fucking thing is awesome. Yeah, Daddy's tired.
I'm tired too.
Okay. But, you know, at the same time, like, these bastards are tight on these tight-ass corners down here. You gotta turn them just right to be able to get out of this place. So we're fixing to walk into an ambush right up here. You'll see everybody sitting in the road in front of me. We're just gonna ram them motherfuckers and keep going. They're right here blocking the exit. So fuck these guys. Just gonna ram, get the hell out of here. You'll hear Dax telling me don't let the party supplies get blowed up. It's gonna happen anyway. We just gotta unhook the trailer and then he's gonna tell us to go to the MC clubhouse and make them guys pay for it. So we're just gonna let that thing go. And we'll just keep driving straight until it tells us where we gotta go. So, I mean, quite a simple mission, as long as you don't die 10,000 times, because you're going to get shot at a lot once you get up here. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually failed this once, I think, trying. Gonna back into inventory. I need to put me some body armor back on and eat a few snacks to fill the health bar back up. But all at the same time, I mean, we're doing great work here. We've made some real progress in this hour stretch. Granted, I'll actually, after this job, I'm going to end this episode because, you know, we're already closer to around the 40-minute mark. So, I mean, I didn't even go for exactly an hour this episode. I did it on purpose because I wanted to have plenty of time. And I know we're going to need it when it comes to the actual finale part of everything. So, we're just going to kick this shit off and just go ahead and start shooting at people. Got a guy behind me right there pulling in. We're just going to take him down. And somebody hit me with a shotgun. So, yep, we're dead. Just got to spawn back and keep trying. I'm going to try to throw some grenades over the fence and see if that'll help us. No, I'm not even over the fence. I'm missing. Let's get a little closer and do it. Alright, yeah, we're getting some hits now. Let's throw a couple more. Swap back over to the weapon of choice. Take down that one. So, I mean, you pretty much you see what's going on in these missions. I mean, they're not that bad as some of the shit we could be getting into. But, you know, at the same time, I get it. A lot of people, they don't like playing solo. Me personally, I don't mind it. Because you don't always have friends that can get on when you need them. So, you know, kind of my thing about this is why not do what you can do by yourself to continue amassing your GTA Online fortune. I'm going to throw a body armor on. Not even really worried about my health as I should be. But it's kind of one of those things. I'm just going to start shooting when I go in here. And this guy's probably going to get us. Yep. Alright, so we failed. I'm just going to use the quick resume function. We made 2,000 for failing. Not terrible. We'll get it this next time. And it was kind of my fault because I didn't replenish my health when I put that body armor on. But, you know, you live, you learn. You gotta understand how to keep yourself alive when you got low health. These missions would be a cakewalk for my main account because I'm 100% max health. So, you know, I'm not used to my health hit points on this little guy here. You know, I've been playing roughly a year, but I quit for about 7 months out of that year on my my main account that's over level 100 because I got bored. You know, I never would buy many cars. I still don't have many cars. But it's, you know, it's all good. Because nowadays I can afford to buy what I want and don't have to, you know, freak out or anything. Let's see, we got any guys in here? Nope, looks like we're clear. Let's check corners, looking good here. Looks like we're okay. We gotta find the plans. It's free ammo just laying on the table, so why not take it? No, this is a bathroom. I'm looking for the office. I guess it's this little door right here. Yeah, that's it. So we just gotta take a picture of the white papers by this poster here. And then Dax should tell us to find anything of value to replace what they destroyed of ours, which is that weed sitting on the table over there in front of us that I looked at. But you know, it's all good. Can't just grab it. I gotta get a bag, and there's one back here behind us, luckily. So now we just gotta go loot this mess into the bag and get the hell out of here. That's pretty much the gist of this mission. I mean, you see it. Once we're done here, we gotta kind of shoot a few guys on the outside and then get back to the motorcycle, and then we just gotta take this stuff to Dax. I'm gonna actually go hit some cover here so we don't waste any lives that we don't need to waste, but sorry about that. My Rainbow Six is downloaded. Well, ready to start. It's not all the way downloaded, but try to get this guy so he doesn't get us. Alright, we're clear. Run to the motorcycle. And then we're going to get this quickly back to Dax. So at least it wasn't too far, but damn light poles, man. I don't know what the hell is up with this character and light poles, but that happens every fucking time I drive, just about it. I hit a fucking light pole with this guy. Like, I swear. But we're going to get down here to the freak shop. drop off this haul and get a completed mission. And then when we come back next episode, we should in turn be ready for mission 3 and 4 and maybe even 5. We'll see how much time we have. One of the missions is just a complete waste of time. You're just tripping on acid. We only made $10,000 off of this one. You know, whatever. Money's money, and we got to get through these anyway to acquire a business that I could buy, but I don't want to buy it if I can just get it for free, because I can proportion my money to something more useful. So, why not, right? That may actually count as mission 3. I'm not even sure, to be honest. I don't see how, though, but I think it's 2. But Dax should call us in a second. I don't know whether I'll actually listen to it or just go ahead and end off the episode, but there's our extra 50 grand, and we hit a rank up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this second episode of this series, and I will be back with episode 3 pretty soon. So until then, I hope you guys enjoy, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in another video.